back again. My name's Alex. This is Off the Cuff Reviews, and this video is a very special one. It's going to be top 10 A24 films. So let's get right into it. Number 10, mid-90s. This one is written and directed by Jonah Hill, and it's about a group of skateboarders growing up in the 90s. Basically, just kind of goes over the life of a skateboarder in the 90s in LA, and it just chronicles that type of story. I relate to it a lot. I didn't grow up in LA, but I am a skateboarder. Currently, I've always been a skateboarder. I've always loved skateboarding, and this one really hit home for me, and I love it. Number 9, it's Enemy. This one is weird. This one's out of the box. I'm not going to give you too much information. It is directed by Denis Villeneuve, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal. And let's just say, like I said, it is weird, out of the box, but I personally really enjoyed this one. I thought it was great, and I think it's an underrated gem. Number 8 is a movie that has gotten a lot of acclaimed press and criticisms. This one is Ex Machina. Ex Machina is directed by Alex Garland, and it tells the tale of a programmer who is recruited to participate in an experiment where he has to evaluate the relationship between artificial intelligence and human beings, and how human artificial intelligent beings can actually be. And this one it kind of gives off Black Mirror vibes, but it's a great one. Definitely check it out. Do not miss that one. Number 7, this one I've already covered on my channel, but it is Uncut Gems, the masterpiece that stars Adam Sandler, who gives probably his best performance to date. Directed by the Safdie brothers, who are quickly making a name for themselves. This is not the only one of their films that is going to be on this list, so stay tuned. Number 6, this is the directorial debut from Greta Gerwig. It's Lady Bird. This one is a movie. It's kind of a coming-of-age movie, and it shows the relationship between a mother and daughter, and it is a very great debut from Greta Gerwig. I actually really enjoyed this one more than I thought I was going to. I'm kind of over the whole coming of age movie. It's been done to death, but she brings a new, fresh, dramatic take on this. Her directing style and filmmaking style it's great, and there's a reason why she's one of the top in Hollywood right now. Number 5 goes to Good Time. This one is on Netflix currently. You can go watch it right now. It stars Robert Pattinson, Benny Safdie, and is directed by the Safdie brothers. I'm not going to give you too much of the plot, but it's very intense. This one is probably more, I'd say it's even more intense than Uncut Gems. It's a little bit, it's not necessarily as fast-paced as Uncut Gems, but it still brings that raw, authentic, people talking over each other in the room, those kind of vibes to the movie. And Benny Safdie is an incredible actor. You think that he's good at directing and writing, but when you see him in this film, he's almost unrecognizable. He makes you think that he has these issues that that his character does in the movie, but he doesn't in real life. He's so good at portraying that character that you are so invested in not only him but Robert Pattinson's character as well. Robert Pattinson is unrecognizable. You don't even know that he's in that movie. You probably still think of Robert Pattinson as this teenager in Twilight, but he has come to make a name for himself in the film industry, and he is not one that you should take lightly. He is an amazing, incredible actor, and he shows his acting skills in Good Time, which is on Netflix right now. Go watch it. Number 4 is a film that just came out last year, towards the end of last year. It is The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers, and it stars William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. Told you. And I'm not going to give you too much of the plot here. It's about two guys who are on an island where there's a lighthouse, and they slowly start going insane. And the whole movie is a psychological horror. It is very slow burning, but it doesn't really feel that way when you're watching, if that makes sense. The performances are incredible. They're top notch. This is definitely one that you don't want to miss, but it is a little bit out there, so just be mindful of that. Number 3, this one got a lot of praise, but it also got a lot of hate from the film community. It is Midsummer. Midsummer stars Florence Pugh, and it's directed by Ari Aster, who says this is probably going to be his last horror film. At least that's what he's saying right now. And what a way to go out. This one is a great atmospheric building movie where it tells the tale of a couple who are already on the brink of disaster, and then they go to this other country's midsummer festival. Things just start unraveling there, and it's just crazy to watch. Florence Pugh is definitely a standout in this film. If you watch this, you're gonna love her. You're gonna want to see more things with her in it. Definitely. Yeah, it's overall great. Ari Aster is a master in horror and thriller, as you can tell already, and he's only done, from what I can tell, like 2 major horror films. So be on the lookout for more things from him, even if he doesn't do horror films in the future, because I think that he's an incredible filmmaker. Number 2 is another Robert Eggers film. This one got a lot of mixed reviews for sure, and it's definitely because of how outlandish it is, but it has a special place in my heart. It definitely hit me in a different way than a lot of other people. This one is The Witch. I really enjoyed The Witch. I kind of liked it. Like, obviously it's higher on the list than The Lighthouse. I think The Lighthouse is a better made film overall. Thought the performances in that were incredible, and the cinematography, everything was amazing in that film. But The Witch just has something about it. It has a rawness to it that you kind of you come to expect from Robert Eggers at this point, and you really feel the intense burning vibrations from the film. You feel it throughout your entire body, because this one is going to definitely have the hairs on the back of your neck standing out for sure. Before I get to my number 1 pick, I just wanted to leave you guys with some honorable mentions. So here they are. My first honorable mention is Green Room, and this one is violent, it's intense, and all the performances are great, and the story is it's a pretty fresh take on the horror genre. I think you're gonna love it. My second honorable mention is gonna go to a movie called Locke. Not many people have seen this one. At least I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about it. It's actually pretty good, and I really enjoyed it. It's actually just set in a car. Like it's a character in a car, and he's driving, and he has a bunch of phone calls. There's a backstory where he it's basically like the worst night of his life, but you will see exactly what I'm talking about if you watch it. It's a great one. My third honorable mention goes to Moonlight. The only reason this one is on my honorable mentions right now is because I haven't seen it. That's why I just wanted to mention it, because I heard very great things about this film. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. And my number 4 honorable mention goes to a movie that got a lot of hate and a lot of mixed reviews. And It Comes at Night. I actually really enjoyed It Comes at Night, and I get the flaws that people have pointed out, but I don't necessarily think that they're flaws. Like, a lot of it has to deal with the fact that, like, the marketing was a little bit weird. Like, the marketing was a little bit different than they thought the movie was going to be like. Like, it's kind of like a Village type situation, like from M. Night Shyamalan, where he made that movie seem like it was a creature feature, but when you actually watch the movie, you're like, this isn't a creature feature. Like you kind of get the twist at the end, and it's kind of lackluster because it turns out to be more of like a romantic drama. This movie, It Comes at Night, I think it was done very well. Overall, I really enjoyed that film. I don't know why it gets so much hate, actually. Just because the marketing was a little weird. I don't know. Like, because they were expecting something different than what they got. It's its own thing. I don't know. I really enjoyed that one, though. And that's going to wrap up my honorable mentions. Now on to my number one A24 film. Ari Aster's debut horror film, Hereditary. Hereditary is amazing. Like it's overall, it's great. The first act of the first like half of the film, I'd say, up until like the point of the movie, like you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Up until that point of the movie, it is probably like a masterpiece of horror filmmaking overall. The whole first half of this film is so intense and masterful that like the second part, even though the second half of the film gets even more intense, the first half was so like overall just amazing. It's dramatic. You get all the storytelling in, and then once that point in the movie hits, you're like, holy shit. And then the rest of the movie, it's almost like they blew their load too quick, but then they bring it back in, and you're just kind of so invested in the film until the very end. I really loved this one. And when I first saw it, I kind of had mixed feelings about it, but I actually come to really, really, really like this one. And that's why this is my number one A24 film so far.